You believe in God.
Mm-hmm.
So my question is, who created God?
This is the easiest question.
Break it down for me.
I'll break it down.
Let me understand. And I hope you are going to actually convince me.
Okay, let's see. But it's the easiest question. The only problem I have with the question is the question itself.
Okay.
The question suggests that God can be made because things are made.
Exactly.
But God is not a thing. I'm going to use an analogy. And I believe by the end of this analogy, you understand why God cannot be made.
I hope you'll be able to convince me.
I
want you to I don't just want any analogy. I want you to give me with facts the way you believe it. The way you believe that God created this world, right?
Right.
And you believe that he did it.
100%.
And you know that he did it.
No doubt in my mind, God made the heavens and the earth.
So the way you are so convinced, I want you to break it down with facts to make me understand that who created God and how did you know God created these things you are talking about?
And I said your question has a problem. Your question suggests that because everything is created, God must also be created.
Yeah.
No, because God is not a thing.
Why no?
Hold on, I'm coming.
Okay.
And because God is not a thing, he cannot be created. All right. So I was trying to use the ball. Let me use a house.
Okay.
You are building a house. Okay? And inside the house, you put in bed, washroom, washing machines, TV, everything.
Yeah.
And you put in your pets.
Okay.
Or you put in your friends.
Okay.
Or you put in whatever you like. But yourself, who built the house, you are not in the building.
Okay.
You are outside of the building. You know everything that goes on in the building because you have made it possible for yourself.
Okay.
But yourself, you are not inside the building. Now, this is how it works with God. God has made his house. And the house is what I'm referring to, the house you have made. So let's say you are representing God in this narrative.
Okay.
God has created the universe, which is the house. God himself is not in the house, as in locked up like part of the house.
Okay.
But he is outside watching in. He can see every activity inside the house, but he himself is outside. It is as similar to when astronauts or people who go into the space in the air, when they go outside space, into outer space, there is nothing like morning, evening, and night. Take this from me.
I'm listening.
Because in order for morning, evening, and night, there should be a sun. The sun determines all this. So when you go to Genesis, the Bible tells you, and the first day, and the second day, and the third day, because the sun had been put in place. In order for a day to come and another day to come and time to work, 1 p.m., 7 a.m., in order for time in itself to be applicable, there must be the sun. Without the sun, there is no time.
Okay.
But the person who made the earth and the universe, it's outside of the sun and the universe himself. So where he sits, it is like he has made a bubble. God has made a bubble which he sees everybody in it inside the bubble, but he sits outside where there is no sun. So there is no time where he is. And because there is no time where he is, nothing changes. The only reason why something changes is because of the sun and time. But he has made the whole bubble. And I want you to have that picture in mind.
I have it in mind.
Oh, good. He is outside of the bubble. And he sees everything in the bubble. And inside the bubble is sun. And because of sun is time. And so things grow and get old. But he himself is outside of where the sun is, the reach of the sun. He doesn't need the sun to function. He's outside of it. So he's not subjected to the sun and to its time. Because the sun determines morning, evening, and night.
Yeah.
All right. So when you ask the question, who created God? The answer is very simple.
Okay.
Nobody created God. The reason is this, that in order for anybody to create God, it will mean God must be in a defined space. But God is not in a defined space. God is outside of the space we live in.
But with your explanation,
Hold on.
you talking about these things, Mr. Ross, how can you prove that God is not in a defined space? Because you came, whatever you believe, it was already written. You came to meet it and you believe it. And in the Bible, there's a quotation I've forgotten. It said, "Let us make man
In our image,
in our image."
and in our life.
So the us, who is it referring to? Us.
We'll come there. But I want us to solve your question first.
Yeah.
You are saying before I was born, whatever
Yeah.
I am reading, it was written.
Exactly.
It is written, authored by the person who made it. That is why I can trust the book. Listen to what I said again. It is written by human beings.
Exactly.
But inspired and authored by the person who actually designed and made it. And he said, write it this way. So he tells us, in the beginning, the first line of Genesis, the beginning of the book of Genesis, three things apply, which is one of the reasons why I believe the Bible is so true. In order for anything to be created, anything in the world to be created, three things must apply.
I'm listening.
I always tell you I do my research.
Okay.
In order for anything to be created, three things must apply. Number one is there must be matter. Matter is the substance to use to create. But before matter, there must be space. Where when you create, where would you put it? Listen carefully with me.
I'm listening.
There must be matter, which is the thing you use to create whatever you want to create.
Yeah.
But the matter itself cannot self-depend on itself. There must be a space for the matter to exist. So there is the need for space.
Okay.
And then there is a need for time. Time. When do you create? When do you put things together? That is equally important. So matter is important. Space is very important. And time is very important. When you go into the book of Genesis, you open the first page. The Bible tells you all these things there. To tell you that the Bible is like, I'm not saying it's a scientific book, but it has the understanding of what it required to create a universe. In the beginning, God. In the beginning. Let me break it down what it means. In the beginning, that is time. Beginning is time.
Okay.
And you hear God. That is the one entity that puts all the three things I mentioned to you together. Because you need someone to put the three together. So in the beginning is time. God is the one who puts them together. He created the heaven. What is heaven? Heaven is space. I told you, you need space. You need matter. You need time. And then you need the person who puts the three together. In the beginning is time. One is solved. God, the one who puts it together, is solved. Created the heavens. Heavens is space. And the earth. Earth is the hard matter.
But I still haven't gotten my answer.
No, I don't know the answer you are looking for.
Because I remember you told me.
If you want to just be argumentative,
it's not
then I cannot solve your problem.
It's not me being argumentative. It's about.
You are asking
I
me.
remember you told me that if you are walking in the desert and you go and you meet an iPhone.
You will never say the iPhone came by itself.
Exactly.
Somebody made it.
Somebody actually left it there.
And I'm telling you, the
You get me?
person, wait, I gave you an analogy. That the person, I told you, in order for anything on this earth to be made, there must be time. And time is as a result of the sun.
Exactly.
But the person who made time and who made the sun
Exactly.
cannot be inside the time and the sun itself. Do you think so?
So
Wait. The person who designed sun, do you think the person is outside of sun designing the sun, or inside sun designing the
the
sun?
person is outside.
Good. So God is outside. He designed the sun. And out of the sun comes the time.
Exactly.
Good. So God is outside. And he has put sun, time in a bubble with people. So he himself, that's why I said, picture this in your mind. He himself is like a porter sitting here and designing a whole bubble. I put the sun here, I put the stars here, I put this here, and I create human being. I am outside. The reason why he cannot be made is because there is no time where he is. You don't get that part.
I get a part.
No. Let me break it down.
Okay.
He can only be made if there is time. But where he is, there is no time. Like there is no yesterday there. There is no today there. There is no tomorrow there. Every day is every day. Do you get that part?
So are you the one placing him there?
He told us where he is. He said, I created the sun. I created all that is within. So he's telling us he made a bubble. He himself is not in the bubble. So if I'm a porter and I'm making a pot, a design, and I say, okay, I want to make a world.
Yeah.
And I'm putting this, trees, water, this.
Yeah.
I am not in the thing.
Yeah.
I am sitting outside. The only way I have to be a subject of a production or I have to be an item that is produced is when where I am, there is time.
Okay.
But where I am, if there is no time, I am neither old or young. I am just what I am. That is why God's name is I am that I am. Because he's not bound by time. He's not bound by the sun. He does not depend on these elements. If the sun comes to where God is, and there is morning and evening, and morning and evening, then you can say God is going to grow old. But he doesn't. He's not subject to the sun and the time. You have to understand this part. If you don't know what time is or the power of the sun, then you will find it difficult. Who created God? No. Where he sits is outside the bubble where we are.
But Mr. Cyrus, time is actually indefinite, right?
Time had a starting point. Don't you know?
When did time start?
Even scientists will tell you the universe has a starting point. You can Google it on your phone.
So do you believe in science or do you believe in God?
I didn't say I believe in science.
You said science can tell me.
Listen.
But we are speaking with biblical stuff right now, Mr. Cyrus.
I don't know what you're looking for, bro. I am telling you. Listen, science can be true, can be false.
Mr. Cyrus, is time definite or indefinite?
What do you mean definite or indefinite? Time has a starting point.
When did time start? When?
When God said, let there be.
When God said.
Yes.
Right now, you are telling me scientists are saying that.
No.
There's
I'm not telling you I believe scientists. I said, even scientists say there is a starting time for time.
Exactly, because they are human.
Good. But to me, time.
Is it definite or indefinite?
Let me put it in a layman's English.
Okay.
Time starts when God says, let there be the sun. The moment the sun comes and there is morning and there is evening, then time begins. If there is no sun, if the sun is non-existent, there is no time.
So the sun makes time.
The sun is the reason why we have time.
Exactly. So
if you take that, before God created the sun,
yeah,
there was nothing like time.
And when was that?
You mean date? I don't have date for you. The Bible will make you understand that the world is about 6,000 years old.
So if scientists to tell us...
No, but it doesn't mean the world started 6,000 years ago. That's not what I'm saying.
Okay.
I mean when human beings came around 6,000 years ago.
Okay.
When the first man, Adam, was made. Around 6,000 years ago.
The first man, Adam.
Yeah.
You see, with the way you speak with facts, like you are proving like the first man was Adam. So, Mr. Cyrus, so if a scientist who has done so much research and tells you that the first man is not Adam,
they have done nothing. They can't prove anything. Scientists can't prove
nothing. They proved to us that there were dinosaurs. Do you believe it or not?
Listen.
Do you believe it?
Hold on. When scientists call you dinosaurs, the word dinosaur, it wasn't a word until some few years ago.
Few years.
You can Google everything I'm telling you. The word dinosaur, it wasn't even a word.
Until just some few years.
Maybe some hundred or... I'm saying in comparison to how long the human beings have been on Earth. The word dragon was the word. The same animal, but the name changes. The same animal. It wasn't called dinosaur. Dinosaur, if you go and look into the dictionary, they will tell you the date that word was invented. Are you with me? But from the beginning, the animal was not called dinosaur.
They were called what?
They were called dragons.
Before they became dinosaurs.
Before scientists start naming them all these funny names. So if you think I'm lying, when you finish, go and research when was the word dinosaur created. I tell you, before I sit out and say anything, I've done my research already. So when they tell you this animal existed, that animal existed, and the evidence is there, it is true that the animal existed. But it is also true, according to my Bible and according to other scientists, that the world has suffered a universal catastrophe, which is the flooding. The flooding that eroded every living thing on the earth, except for 8 people. And the animals in their, in their ship.
With that criteria.
Don't shift the post.
Now, I'm talking about the flooding you are talking about right now.
We'll go there.
Okay.
But before we go there, you have to understand the creator and the creation thing. Because if you don't understand,
I'm still waiting for that answer, because
I told you.
You said
maybe it's either you have accepted not to understand.
No.
Because any simple person can understand what I'm telling you.
Cyrus,
let me say it for the last time. On record, I'm saying it for the last time.
Okay.
In order for a human being to grow old, or there to be time, there must be the sun. Listen carefully.
I'm listening.
And the sun didn't create itself. My book tells me that, hold on. Scientists will listen. Scientists, the scientists you believe, they don't tell you the sun has been there forever. They believe what is called evolution theory, which is not even proven. The people you think you believe, it is called evolution theory.
So you mean they've not proven it?
When the thing is called theory, it means it is not proven. It is something that is still being researched.
Yeah.
So all the things they are doing in Harvard and all these big, it is not a proven thing. It is a theory. If you go on the internet, write evolution theory, you see it is still theory.
So do you believe it?
Bro, I believe what has been proven. And what has been proven is the one that has been there before science started practice. Before science started practicing, the history book of the Bible was there. Listen to me carefully.
I'm listening.
Now, this is what I'm saying to you.
Okay.
In order for a universe to be created, the person, whoever creates it, cannot be inside the thing, correct?
No. Yeah, he can't be in it.
He cannot be it.
Yeah.
So if the sun was created, the sun cannot encompass that person. The person must be outside, correct?
Yeah.
So the sun is the one thing that brings time, correct? So wherever there is no sun, there is no time, correct?
Yeah.
Good. So the person who made sun is standing here and is molding the sun, correct? I'm making it very simple, like a layman, molding the sun. And he puts the sun in another realm, which he calls the world, which he has molded. He puts the sun in there, puts the star in there, and then he gives the earth that he has created morning, evening, and night.
Gives it time.
He, the person who made it, is outside of this realm. That is what I'm saying. And because he's not subject to time, where he sits, there is no time. And because there is no time, there is nothing like you to be born or to die there. Whatever you are is what you are forever where he sits.
Okay.
Wherever he's sitting, whatever he is what he is. That is why his name is I am that I am. Where he sits, he's not subject to time. He's not subject to age. He's not subject to hunger. He's not subject to anything like that. So he will remain the same forever, wherever he is.
Wherever he is.